Good morning, everyone. So, hey, listeners, we are here again on Thursday morning. Welcome to yet another episode of our LinkedIn talk show series, Productivity League, hosted by We360.ai. Our mission is to enhance global productivity. Myself, Dr. Arjuna Tiwari, HR head at We360.ai. I am thrilled to be your moderator for today's session. The topic of today's webinar is leveraging employee surveys to drive organizational growth. Today, we will explore how these surveys can shape organizational culture and performance. I am sure by end of this webinar, you will be equipped with to leverage how employee survey as a powerful tool for driving organization success. So let's dive in. Now, allow me to introduce our distinguished speakers for today's session. We are thrilled to showcase a remarkable panel comprising four speakers for this webinar. Our first speaker is Mr. Mayur. He is a head human resources in Ashwani Industries Private Limited. He also various big names like Taj Hotels, Tata Groups of companies, and etc. Welcome, Mayur.
Thank you so much, Archana, for inviting for such big event.
Thank
Definitely, it will be a great honor for us to sharing our ideas or sharing the knowledge about the how the leveraging employee surveys help to the organizations.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Our next speaker is Mr. Anand Kumar. He is Associate Director, HR at Shopse. He also worked with the various big names like Checkbook, the Sold Store, etc. So we are welcoming you, Mr. Anand. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, and hope this session is very enriching, and we will have good takeaways. Welcome all the guests, and welcoming all the listeners as well.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Mona Patel. She's the HR at Beyond the food ordering and the delivery system. She also worked with the various organizations like IOD Solution Private Limited, Ashapura Softtech, SS Technology, etc. So we are welcoming you, Miss Mona. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Mona. I'm working with HR as a HR head at iCreative Solutions Private Limited, and Beyond Day is our sister company. So I'm working for both the companies at the same time. And meanwhile, I'm excited for today's session. I hope that we will deliver our best, and I will learn more things from our dignified other speakers as well. So I'm excited about it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today. Our next speaker is Vaibhavi Choksi. She is the HR manager at iCreative Technology. She also worked with the various companies like Active Software, MindCode Technologies, etc. So, welcome, Vaibhavi. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Archana, for the wonderful introduction. And thank you for wonderful opportunity. And hi, listeners, just stay tuned with us for the new ideas and the insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, once more, I extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed panelists joining us today. Before we delve into the heart of our discussion, I kindly ask each one of you if you can share brief overview of your professional journey so far. Following this, we'll be eagerly engaged with the questions from our audience. So, can we start with Mr. Mayur?
Why not? Hi, my name is Mayur. I worked at Ashwani as a lead HR. Uh, as far as my journey is concerned, I started with hospitality with various four-star, five-star hotels, and through that, I learned a lot about the surveys because I belongs to a very sensitive industry where the customer is God. I know Atiti Deva Bhava is the major concept of any of our five-star hotels. So from there, I have been learned many conceptual I read a lot of articles. We have done a lot of practical trainings. So talk about myself, work with various five-star hotels and shifted to manufacturing. It's been almost 3 years into manufacturing. Talk about both dimensions. Hospitality is more into the people management, core level working standards. Manufacturing more into the process standard SOPs driven companies. So both dimensions taught me a lot, many things about the how to take the people emotional to a next level. means how to increase the productivity, take them to one level to next level. So this is my journey, almost 14 years into industry and working as a lead HR, and looking forward to learn lot many things with this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayur. So looking forward to learn a lot of things from you today. Thanks for joining us today. Now, I would request Mr. Anand if you can give us brief about your journey so far.
Hello, all. Good morning to everyone. I am Anand, and I am heading HR for Shopse. Shopse is a digital finance platform wherein we bring in together on this platform the consumer, the merchant, and the lenders. Thereby, we are enhancing and leveraging consumer durable EMIs. Uh, Instant loans are being disbursed, and we are facilitating digital finance. I have over 13 years of industry experience, and I started my career with Deloitte and went on to be associated with ITC, Amazon, PharmEasy, the Soul Store, Checkbook, and now I'm here in Mumbai at Shopse heading the HR. Thank you so much to all, and wishing this session is very enriching.
Thank you so much. Looking forward. Now, I would request Miss Vaibhavi if you can talk about your journey so far.
Sure, Archana. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And hi, listeners and panelists. I have a 15 years plus experience. I started my journey with the Meghna Infotech, and then gradually I worked with different of mine called different IT companies. And currently, I'm associated with the iCreative technologies since 5 years. And throughout my journey, I have experience, I have just tracked the record for the recruiting, aligning, and the just growing teams, 10 plus 100 people. And I also do the tabs with the startups who need a consulting, and I'm the good career matchmaker as well, we can say, and very good in the networking. So this is about me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your brief introduction. Now, I would request Mona, if Mona, can you please talk about your journey so far?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Mona, HR head right now. But when I have started my journey with iCoders, at that time I have joined as a HR journalist over here in 2017, and I'm working with IT industry since 10 years. And apart from that, if I talk about iCoders journey, that was very engaging, enriching experience in the life, because when I have started working with Lycodos, there were 17 people, and currently we are growing and we have reached up to 70 people with our vision. So yeah, we can say that we are proud that we are growing day by day with vision, with particular mission, and I'm very thankful of our director also that they have given me chance and opportunity as well as freedom, so I can be a decision maker, and it was very delightful journey with iCoders. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Mona. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, all the panelists. I would like to extend my warm welcome to all of you again. So now let's get into some specific question that we have received from our listeners. So my question would be for Miss Mona. So Mona, a lot of time we just share the survey with all the employees related to different aspects. Sometimes it becomes challenging that you receive a constructive feedback, or maybe the honest approach, while responding to the that survey. So if you can talk about like how what kind of strategies do you employ to encourage honest and constructive feedback from your employees through surveys?
Okay. Uh, if we think about that, we want honest surveys, feedback, and everything. Then there are multiple factors that affect the honest feedbacks, right? For that, if we talk about that, encouraging honest and constructive feedback from employees through surveys requires creating a culture where employee feels comfortable to express their opinion, and they don't have a fear of that might be we get fired or we get some bad effects on their career or something like that. So
Correct.
we have to give them a trust like that, that yeah, you are here, and you are our responsibility, and you can trust us for any feedback, because we are surveying anything just because of that we can do some improvement in our culture and the organization, right? So for that, there are various factors that can affect to get a constructive feedback. Like we can do a anonymous surveys, so they don't need to mention their names, right? And in that case, they are able to give free feedbacks and without any hesitation, and it is also ensures the confidentiality of that particular feedbacks. And we have to, yeah, before we do any survey, we have to communicate the purpose, that what is the purpose behind this survey and why we want a feedback on that, right? If I directly instruct them that this is the survey, you have to submit this by this deadline or something like that, then they might have fear that if there is, for example, right now in IT some layoffs are going on. So if I do survey about that opportunities in the market, so might be someone will get affected by the thought that what is the reason that they are asking for this kind of feedbacks. Might be they are planning for the resources or something, it is for the layoff or for the expansion. So there are multiple doubts. And one famous saying, I think one of my friend has told me this statement. Then sometimes we think that we know, but actually we don't know about it, because we are generating ideas in our own mind with our situations only. So the major thing is we have to communicate our purpose, that why we are doing this survey. And again, we have to ensure them that their responses will be kept confidential, and only aggregated data will be shared with the leadership. And this helps to build trust and encourage employees to share their thoughts openly. So, and yeah, HR is the bridge between employees and the management part. So we have to maintain that rapport with both the parties, that they have a surety that yeah, our thoughts and our feedbacks will be given in a right way. Because in a single sentence there are multiple reasons or multiple thought process are involved, right? So we need to, as a HR, I would like to ensure the confidentiality to the person. And yeah, again, surveys are important in any field. We have seen that multiple times. If we are using any application like Zomato or any services from anyone, then they are always asking for the surveys, they are asking for the feedbacks. And even if we are using a Uber trip for any location or anything, then driver and the trip feedback is always there once you finish the trip. So this is important, and we have to guide them with the session. As a being HR, I think we can generate, we can arrange one session. We can make them understand that when it is, why it is important, and if it is important, then how service will get, how they get benefited from this service, how we are going to work, and what is the importance of the service. And I think constructive feedback will be help to employees as well to articulate their thoughts. And personally, I think if we engage them, employees, we engage the employees in the service or feedback, then they also get some openness in their thoughts. They have a good control over the languages as well. So I think that would be more beneficial to guide them with the session. And even we can decide a deadline to meet the expectation, because majorly we have a problem is that all time we are asking for the surveys and feedbacks, but sometimes we are not able to cope up with their expectations. Okay, that particular feedback has been not resolved yet. So for that, what we have done is we have decided the deadline, and we have a certain SOPs that for the first week of month we have certain tasks to do. For the second and third week we have another task to do with the SOPs, and in the last week of the month we have a different SOP. So we have a particular deadlines for the each and every work. The same way we are also deciding the deadline for the feedback work also, that how we can overcome the problems. And apart from that, the another challenge was uh, that by feedback and surveys, I was more engaged, and there are multiple meetings for the long hours about handling the situation and everything. So we have decided another part that I am the single person who is handling the HR department. So I have multiple responsibility at the same time. If I get engaged in the particular conversation only for the feedback and surveys and improvement, then my productivity also get affected. So we have introduced one session, that is the HR hours. Like every Wednesday we have a HR hours, like 3 to 5 2 hours. If anyone have any constructive feedback apart from surveys as well, then they can come to me. And if I have done any survey recently, then might be if I'm already, it's a known survey, it is not an anonymous survey, then I call the people and ask them about why this feedback have come from, and what is the reason behind that. And I will ask them also that what are the other options you have, alternatives you have to resolve this issue. So like that we have introduced HR hours. So for whole week I am free to do whatever other tasks and SOPs I have, and every Wednesday I am available to the people who are facing any challenges. So I think HR hour is a very beneficial practice in our organization. Another thing will be leadership engagement is required in surveys, because sometimes what happens is the junior level developer or a senior level developer, they might get afraid that I can't give a constructive feedback towards my manager, because might be they don't need to engage with the director or CEO. So might be they don't have an idea that what will be the next part, or what will be the next operations will be there, next processes will be there. So I think leaders need to involve in this service as well. They can guide them that you are open to do that. Leaders can give a trust to the employee that you can give a constructive feedback, and by their experience only they can share that when I was at your position, I was doing certain practices and I am getting the benefit of it right now. Because in our organization, there are multiple people who are working since, let's 6, 7, even 10 years also. So they have passed through this survey process and everything. So they get benefited from that. So they can guide the people as a leader. And the last factor will be recognize and reward participation. uh, Means if anyone is giving some good feedbacks, and if organization culture get improved, then they must recognize, they must get appreciated. And appreciation could be verbal, could be in the monetary thing, or any program to encourage continue engagement. That is what we can do the best. And by implementing these strategies, organization can create an environment to conduct the honest and constructive feedback, ultimately driving continuous improvement and growth. That is the main motto of the surveys, I guess.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a detailed explanation, Mona. So yeah, I totally agree that the building the trust among the employees are actually very crucial for any practice in the organization. So thank you so much, and I really like the idea of your HRR. So that's really commendable.
Dr.
Thanks.
Arjuna, can I have your few highlights to point on this
Yeah, yeah.
particular feedback?
Please go
Now,
ahead.
talk about constructive feedback when we receive from employees. Now, before this, there are certain activities to be done. As I told, that trust to be created. Now, when we are launching an ESS platform for any organization, initial 6 to 9 months, probably to 12 months, you will not get any results. Means people will afraid to give feedback, even though you are doing anonymous feedback. No need to write your names, department, anything. people will afraid to write about their feedback. But when we encouraging them, sometimes people give feedback like canteen is not good, the culture is bad, timings are not okay, we have to extend our hours, the job clarity is not there, blah 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 blah. Now what happened once we get the constructive feedback? This is before activities. Now after activities, it's really important role of any HR head or any organization to make sure you have to take actions on low points. Let's example, the canteen facility is not good, then you have to improve. The ACs are not okay, you have to improve. There is a cultural issue, means people, leaders are using abusive languages or maybe some other sarcastic comments, many of things. When you start acting on a one-on-one point, after a certain period of time, people get trust. Means after a year probably you will able to run a successful employee service, which I experienced and I have been run through my throughout experiences, where the trusting, no the it get eliminated after certain time. People started giving feedback in a very thorough manner, and you can't imagine, we have terminated many of general managers in the organization through this surveys, where we have implemented employee surveys with 360-degree mechanism feedback for a cross checkings, correlation whether it is rightly saying this or not. So absolutely, surveys are the excellent tool for organizational growth through this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayur. Thank for adding to this point. I
I
can, yeah,
Arjuna, I wanted to add with the Anand's, opinion. So,
yeah.
Anand, as you rightly said that we can,
That's Mayur,
we have
Vaibhavi.
to put. Sorry.
That's Mayur.
Yeah. My no, Anand was talking about, right?
No, it's Mayur.
Mayur.
It was Mayur.
Mayur. Okay, sorry, Mayur. So after their feedbacks put into the actions, we can again generate one more feedback that their given feedback is feedback being put into the action or not. So they will start gradually, they will
Right.
trust to the surveys. So that automated email or feedback should be delivered to the employees as well. So we will also get that feedback as well, okay, that we have taken action into the correct direction, so they gradually trust to the HRs.
Thank you, Vaibhavi, for adding up. So I can totally understand that this particular topic is close to all the HR. So I know we have lot of things to pour on this. So but Vaibhavi, I'm coming up with a very specific question for you. So you understand, while we do a lot of practice, we circulate the survey, we collect the survey, right? But how do you ensure, I mean, it is also a very challenging part, that how do you ensure that the employee survey feedback is not just collected but actively utilized to drive the meaningful growth strategies?
Yeah, so Archana, I mean, we generally used to do. We have ticket process system, so they can add their feedbacks into the ticket system. We ask them constantly. We are activating the pulse as well for the different kind of surveys, for the processes, for the policies, and the organizations. Infrastructure related as well. So that is the best strategy is to just create a pulse in a very particular manner. So we have the ticket system as well, we are using few tools. And the second, after their feedback being put into the action, we need to ask one more survey that given feedback is taken care or not. So I think this is the meaningful strategy that we can ensure that employee surveys we have actively utilized.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Vaibhavi, for insights into that. So my next question would be for Anand. Anand, if you can share some examples of innovative approaches or maybe the technology used to enhance the effectiveness and efficiencies of employee survey process.
So there are, plethora of platforms which uses survey. I guess when we were in colleges, we used to see Survey Monkey, right? and we used to use that. So therefore, there are n number of technologies or platforms that can be used for survey. What needs is customization. So there are multiple types of surveys that we use in organizations. There can be engagement surveys, satisfaction, employee satisfaction survey, employee performance survey, professional development surveys, employee attitude surveys, org culture surveys, employer improvement surveys, 360-degree surveys. Someone talked, right? Mayur was talking about 360-degree survey. Now, onboarding surveys, stay and exit interviews, and last but not the least, this is most prominent in very good, organizations, is employee uh, net promoter score, which we call it as ENPS. So these are the types of surveys which companies leverage stage by stage. So the crux is that there must be surveys for each and every stages of employee life cycle in the organization. That way, holistic feedback and employee perceptions can be tracked. Now, innovative approaches, I'll talk about two approaches. Company X uses AI to analyze behavior, actions, and outcomes. These surveys are administered to a small scale distributed sample. Follow up questions, as I guess Vaibhavi was talking about, follow up questions are mainly driven at a local level. Each market and region developed an action plan to follow up on the local results. And different countries could view the progress of each other's initiatives so they could see what worked in different contexts. Here, I mean, to sum up here, this company uses AI to assess behavior, actions, and outcomes. So they take a distributed sample survey. Once they analyze and assess these distributed sample survey, then they shoot a follow-up questions. When they shoot a follow-up questions, it is localized to understand the local problems, and then they act upon it. There is company Y who uses collaborative feedback tool. This feedback tool or a portal is open all the time, and employees can give feedback on the real time basis. So some many companies follow periodic surveys, but this company Y for has what you say has real perennial kind of feedback, means you can give feedback at any point of time. So this way, this feedback is collated and flashed on a portal, and anybody and everybody can see it, see the results, see the action items, and even managers also can see this and take actions individually. Now, to have an effectiveness and efficiency, survey objective has to be first defined and survey topic to be addressed. Now, there has to be a target audience for this. If the objective is there, then there has to be a target audience. You have to work on the survey length as well. It cannot be, taking 10 minutes, 20 minutes to fill a survey. It has to be as short as 5 minutes maximum. Sometimes pulse surveys are hardly 2 minutes. And ENPS, what I was talking about, is just a one question. So have a clear focus and keep it anonymous. So this way, by keeping it anonymous, you earn the trust of employees. Employees do not fear to answer that they will be identified and then they will be vindicative and all. That is not there. Now, the survey questionnaire has to be mix of questions, and it has to be easy to navigate. Now, how do we leverage surveys? We have to generate faith and trust in the employees, that yes, if I fill the survey, if I utilize my precious work time to fill the survey and give the feedback, then that feedback has to be analyzed well and understand, and HRs and management has to understand the deep root cause of the problem and has to be eliminated. Now, management and the HR and the leadership has to have open-minded, and there will be surprises and we should not be very confident that we know everything. And we have to report back to the employees, and we should not justify what is the justify the results of the survey. There are survey platforms which I would like to highlight. There are Trackstar, Deal, Workleap, Lattice, Thrive Spiro, Survey Monkey, Sogolytics, Zote Form, Survey Legend, and sometimes we see companies like Zeta and all, and many other companies today in India as well. They have survey platform. This is from my end.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, I mean, thank you for letting us know, a lot of, kind of type of survey which you are using in your organization. And I do agree with your point that all the questions in the survey should be, I mean, people should be able to understand those questions and the purpose behind that. Otherwise, if the survey is in a kind of a language where people are not able to understand, or the purpose is not clear, then obviously you cannot expect a good result out of that. Yeah, so thank you so much. So, Mayur, my next question would be for you. If you can talk about, when you say that the survey was successful, so, or if you can talk about some strategies to, to make this overall process to be, kind of a success, very successful for the organization. It should not be, time wasting thing, because, a lot of people are involved there, right from the designing to, to implementing those, surveys to the team, fill that survey, and we, analyze those surveys. So it's very time taking process. So if you can talk about how these I mean, this particular lengthy process can be very useful and successful for the organization.
See, there are various way we can make it successful. And taking the surveys, it's a very hardship for any organizations. But have to keep the motive, as everybody says, that there should be some purpose or objective to run any successful service. That when you do, there are few parameters when you wanted to help the organization for a growth. First is that measuring engagement, means that there are certain questionnaires has to be kept in a measuring parameters, like emotional connection, motivation, the commitment to the employees towards their work and the organization. Then identifying the strength and weaknesses. There are certain set of questions should be clarifying that what is our strength and what is our weaknesses. Second is the employee feedback and participation. There should be the participation should be maximum. Nowadays, the survey is happening, sample basis, which will not going to help you out, because sampling subjective people to whom you are sending it, like many of organizations sending to people who are understanding, means who are intellectual, or we can say a white collar people. We never do a jobs surveys for a blue collar people. Now blue collar people required Hindi, Gujarati, other languages to get in the service. The exact numbers you will getting from there only. Then the feedback, exact feedbacks, what their challenges is. So you have to make feedback for everybody. That should be 100% participation, as I believe. Many of people or philosophers says there should be a sampling feedback. Like you go to a great place to work, they do a sampling service. 1000 लोगों में से 100 लोगों को email डालेंगे, and then they get that details. Employee retention and productivity related questionnaires should be there, and the continuous improvement. So these are the five seven parameters where the questionnaire should be very clarifying and identifying to ask them and getting the feedbacks. And what exactly surveys can give you feedback, means what all areas you come to know. That first is the employee related, means job satisfaction, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ कमिटमेंट कैसा है, हाउ देयर रिलेशनशिप विद सुपरवाइजर, टीम डायनेमिक कैसे है, उनके ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कैसी है, हाउ देयर कम्युनिकेशन इज, वर्क एनवायरनमेंट एंड कल्चर कैसा है, रिकग्निशन रिवॉर्ड हम लोग दे रहे कि नहीं दे रहे, alignment of work and organization values. And the same level, you will have a different dynamics of calculating overall engagement. डिपार्टमेंट लेवल पे कैसा एंगेजमेंट है, नो मैनेजर लेवल पे लोग कैसे एंगेज कर रहे हैं, हाउ द लीडर्स आर रिएक्टिंग, गेटिंग फीडबैक एंड प्रमोटिंग देयर टीम. एंड individual level पे, as a job level, means executives to managers, account executive, HR executives, probably a production executive, production supervisors, and job level as I said. So There are various level of tools we calculate, measures, and we can make it successful. Means the the data analysis, your data analysis should be very strong, that where we are lacking, how we can correlate it, and how we can get the right results from this. So successful survey only happens when you have a result on your table, you analysis in a right level, and then you crossly, as I said, 360-degree, you launching it, you doing a 360-degree feedback, you running in PMS feedback. Suppose some leaders have a feedback that particular department like production department has particular rating is very low, related to their culture, about the leadership leadership issues. Now the same thing you get into 360 degree, the same thing you get into PMS. So what happened, you get a macro level feedback, then you have to draw down to a little smaller one, that is the department level, that is 360-degree, where you have a departmental ratings. Then the PMS will give exact results where we are standing. So only employee surveys will not help any organization to take a growth. There are certain other tools to correlate to get the right information. Many of time people do false information because of the egoistic issues. There are no right relation with their correlation departments. Like many of time, few departments has no good relation, logistics or production department, they always fighting each other. So they always say that this person is not right, there are challenges, blah blah blah. So due to that, they getting low ratings, and accordingly that we start actioning, it's not the right way. So there are certain tools to be correlated with that to get a successful survey. So in my mindset, as per my thought, we should have a multiple tools to correlate the surveys and then take actions. This is from my side.
Correct, correct. And that's one very crucial point here is the participation. Yeah,
Yes.
so you have designed a very, very good process. You have very good process to analyze it. But if the participation is less, then obviously that is
Yes.
the quite
Sample
challenging.
participation never give exact results, that I always believe.
Yeah,
So
correct.
what happened when you do anonymous, people, अरे छोड़ो ना, अपना तो नाम लिखना नहीं है, why to write, why to give that feedback? So you
Yeah,
have to inculcate them, please come, please come, please come. But as an HR की छवि, as an HR leader की छवि, या management की छवि ऐसी होनी चाहिए. Even you get a
correct.
feedback कि मेरा
Mhm.
supervisor मुझे गाली देता है, then you should have the right to call him in your office and tell him that this is the feedback I have received and I will take actions against it. And you should make sure if this is repeating by the group of people, you should terminate immediate effect by a particular leader.
Correct, correct. I do agree with you. Thank
Yes.
you, Mayur, for such a
Thank you.
wonderful insight on this. So, then my next question is coming up for Mona. So, Mona, I have very interesting question for you. So, while doing this process, while floating the surveys in the organization, uh, I'm pretty sure that every one of us face certain challenges. So, Mona, if you can discuss any specific challenge you have encountered in, leveraging the employee survey for the organization growth and how you have overcome them.
Okay. So first of all, yeah, of course, we are facing challenges when we have started practicing the surveys. For that, firstly, I have encountered with the challenge of a low response rate because to obtain the sufficient response rate to ensure survey results are very representative of entire workforce actually, and low response rate are because of that they find surveys are non-relevant to them personally, so that is why they are not more interested. I think Anand has all rightly said that वो सोचते हैं कि हमारा नाम नहीं है, why should we do that? So that is why we face the challenge of low response rate. At the same time, we have also one term, there is a one term of survey fatigue, right? So employee may experience survey fatigue if they are frequently asked to participate in surveys without seeing tangible results. Means if they are feeling that okay, multiple times we have given the feedbacks, but they are not responding on that, or might be they are not working on it. There are, of course, there are certain decisions, certain person and certain involvements are there to resolve any issue in the organization, but the core people only know that what is the reason behind that we are not able to overcome this particular thing, or we are not able to work on that particular feedback. but the employees want they see the culture that okay, there are no tangible result are coming after surveys. So might be they are survey fatigue at the same time. And to mitigate this, organization should communicate the purpose of each survey, that is that why it is important. And I think open environment will be more comfortable for the employees as well to overcome this challenge. Okay, for example, some people have silly responses or silly feedbacks for the company that okay, that office boy is not working, they are not cleaning my desk, or if office boy is cleaning my desk, वो मेरी गणपति की मूर्ति है उसको हटा देता है. So that certain kind of feedbacks also there. So it is very silly or a small feedback, but yeah, it is important, it is valuable. But what happen is sometimes I'm in rush or I am certain SOPs, I am first week of the month and I'm working on the salary part and the payroll part. At the same time, might be I forgot to mention the office do it in certain way, so their belongings don't get hamper. But at the if I that, then might be they feel that इतना छोटा सा काम दिया था मैडम ने अभी तक वो भी नहीं किया. So what I can do that I have started practicing to involve other people. Like I have built one team that is called HR volunteers. If I get certain feedback, then I divide my work or delegate my work. Okay, for certain area, if I talk about cleaning part or the some that devices part issue relevant to the system, then I have three people in my team who are working as a, but they are in my HR team. If certain facing by, like I have mentioned that Ganpati thing, once I do the survey, I differentiate the things surveys that okay, this survey is particular for the cleaning purpose. This survey is particularly for this devices. This survey is particularly for the HR policy, any other policy to articulate in the company. So that manner I have dedicated my work, so it is easy and I am showing the organization and building the cultures, then they can feel that okay, there is some tangible results about that. And another thing is I have already mentioned that it is very time consuming when I was working alone for the surveys also. So as I have mentioned that we have introduced the HR hours. So that is very beneficial for me, for the organization, and for the employees. So employees are always ready that okay, I have the book appointment with the Mona between 3 to 5 every Wednesday. So yeah, that is more. I have overcome that challenge of time consuming and long meeting hours thing. And apart from that, employee may be resistant to providing honest feedback because of fear of retaliation or perceive no meaningful change will occur to result of survey. They have a fear, of course, because market situation are very different from 10 years back also right now. And some people are very open, but some people are very fearful due to their financial condition that they don't afford to lose a job for any reason. So that is why might be it is impacting them, so they have a resistance to change. Apart from that, or to overcome this challenge, what we can do is, as a being HR, I have built certain relationship with each and every employee to openness that you can come to me for any problem. Any problem is if they have a personal problem also and they don't find any people to talk about it, or I have certain connection who can help them to overcome that particular problem. Then of course we have an open relationship in our organization, and apart from that we have a three core values, that is integrity, quality, and respect. And respect is that respect quality, respect to core value comes under the HR part mostly, because HR is the person who is communicating with the people. So respect is not about everyone saying Mona ma'am. That is not respect for me. If I am saying someone, okay, a particular person with the bhai name or a surname, no. Respect can be shown by your actions also. So this is the respect from our side as an organization to other companies, sorry, to other employees, that okay, we value your feedback. You can mention anything you are facing a challenge to working, because it is also hampering their productivity as well. So that is
Correct.
why
Yeah.
yeah, so that is why this is the points we have faced the challenges, and we have overcome this with certain practices.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mona. So, quickly, Vaibhavi, I would like to know your point of view about, in what ways do you people encourage employee engagement beyond the survey process to ensure the ongoing dialogue and feedback to sustain the organization growth? In interest of time, Vaibhavi, if you can summarize this, in a 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Thank
So,
you.
Archana, first of all, I earlier I was keep practicing that openness should be there. We need to be open and transparent. We can share the upfront with the company's goal, plans, and challenges. So, this help build a trust and foster a sense of collaboration and the teamwork. And the second point, we can arrange a skip level meetings as well. If the organization have some hierarchies like delivery head, project manager, then team leader, and then developer, right? So we can do the meeting developers while skipping the team leader. So this way we can get honest feedback, and that openness we can create it. So but at the same time that we need to be transparent with the company's goals and visions as well. So this is my strategy, that first I need to give them some space. They can be open, and need to give these practices on the ongoing way, right? So this is the way. And another than that, that as rightly Mona said, that she is nicely handling public relationship, and the people directly go to the HR only. The another way to manage the surveys and feedback, the tools are available in the market, where any of employees just adding their feedback or the concerns that we are receiving it. So particular date we can mention over there, right? So while we are busy in the payrolls and the other work, we are single-handed person in the organization, we can enter a particular date as well. So once in a week or once in a day, end of the day, if we are checking that tool, which ticket, I need to take care, I need to update, I need to solve their problems, or we are receiving this feedback, so I need to work on that. So in the very organizational way, we can update the states and the dates as well. So this is also the way. So that's it from my side, Archana.
Thank you so much, Vaibhavi. So I'm taking one more question, which is actually close to my heart. So, floor is open for you all. Anyone can take that question, as we are having the employee productivity monitoring software. So, I just wanted to understand: is there any tool or technology you people are using in the organization to improve the organizational productivity? Mayur, if you can take it up.
Yes, we do have a lot of, as I said, that we do a multiple the tools to take the employee feedback to a next level or increase the productivity. Performance management, I mean, in the set second is a 360-degree platform we've initiated,
Okay,
where people like myself is above on me, side ke do,
that's
niche
wonderful.
ke do. So 8 people can have a feedback about particular people, so that
Mhm.
you get an detailed information about that particular fellow. That is cross departmental ESS tool, where we are in everybody, and exactly we are free platform where we are seeing the then there are a lot of other tools we are doing, like one on second is the we have them for onboarding to next level, for that is for next for 3 months. Then the buddy the onboarding tool called buddy mechanism. Second is one-on-one meeting. Then there is performance improvement plan, and that is purely through softwares. We don't do any manual jobs, purely a software tool.
That's
And
wonderful.
then we have a LMS learning platform, where everybody has been given a particular session completes, they get particular videos, particular courses to be completed, and according to that auto TNIs happened, and according to that we make of how to take the areas where they are to have a meaning for them. This is all together holistic peoples, and we take this next step level. How we do many
Thank you so
other tool
much.
been involved.
Thank you so much. Anand, would you add something here?
No, I think Mayur has contributed well. That's okay.
That's great. Vaibhavi, would you like to add on something here within a 30 seconds?
I would like to say that we have a certain three tools which is helpful to measure the productivity, particularly for the self-assessment of employee, so they can get a track of that how productive they are. For that, we are using Team Logger right now. Apart
Okay.
from that, for the project management and the project managers, for measure the productivity of particular project ongoing and meeting the deadlines, we are using PMS, which is developed by our own company only. And apart
Okay.
from that, for the HR department, to show the productivity, we are using Zimeo HRS. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Thank you so much, Mona. Vaibhavi, would you like to add something?
Yes, we are also using, and we can use the tools, in-house tools, ERP systems for the ticket
Okay.
generate and to PMS as well as we are using the KK. So every month regularly, we are generating pulses to ask for the feedbacks for the different feedbacks and surveys. So we are using that, and it is our ongoing process regularly. We are doing it.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, all the speakers. Your thoughtful insights have not only addressed the query, but also enriched our collective knowledge. So, thank you for contributing your expertise to this vibrant exchange of ideas. So, as we draw this insightful webinar to close, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for sharing, invaluable insights with us on employee surveys, and all the listeners who joined us today. I hope you, whether a team leader, manager, or any aspiring professional, you feel enriched and with the practical approaches to optimize team. How to use the employee survey for the organizational growth. So everyone keep following We360.ai for more amazing webinars that promise to expand your knowledge and professional growth. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all the speakers.
Thank you, Arjuna, for this opportunity. It was wonderful session.
Pleasure to have you all with us today. So goodbye, and
Thank you
I
so
look
much.
forward to our future engagement. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Thank you all.
Yeah,
So
thank
I
you all of you for all the learnings.
Yes, thank you.
pleasure to have you all with us. So I, Dr. Archana,
Yeah,
signing off for the day. Bye bye. Take care.
bye. Take care.